So what are we doing, Dee?
We're going for a walk, just walking around part of the island. Not a big island. Apparently it had 62 inhabitants in 2011, so we've got to count them before we leave. But we're going to have a walk. It's only about 3 kilometres round trip, so it's nothing too major.
Got something in.
Yeah, your foot.
For foot maintenance.
So we could buy ourselves a plot of land on Trizonia. Not quite sure why you'd want to really, but it is a pretty little island. The smallest space ever to fit this tank, and you've got a pipe at the top, you've got an outlet and a breather, and you've also got another pipe at the bottom, which you can't even see. The tank is out, it's all been cleaned, and now the big battle is to try and get it back in again. But it's 40 degrees and absolutely baking, so we've got obviously a fan on.
Just putting the new hose on the sort of, it's a suck out pipe.
How are we doing?
We're doing good. We've managed to get both inlet and outlet pipes on.
You appear to have some crappy bandage on your finger.
Oh yeah, slipped.
So the place looks like a bomb site, as you can see.
Looks like a work site.
No, it looks like a bomb site.
So we're on the way to Galixidi, along with a kind of flotilla of other boats. There must be about 6 or 7 boats that's actually in front of us. And we spoke to everybody just about, and they're all heading that way. So we've got another couple of hours before we get there. Got the sails out, luckily. The wind's just picked up a little bit, been on the engine so far. So we've got about 8, 9, 10 knots of wind. So we've put the engine down a little bit, we're still on it. Yesterday we hired a car with some friends that we've met recently, Steve and Helena and Paul and
Anthea.
We hired a car and went up to Delphi. Delphi is the ruins on the top of the mountain, and there's a museum there which is absolutely brilliant. I have to say, it's one of the nicest ones I've been to be fair. The ruins in Delphi, they're okay. They're like any other ruins I suppose, but we enjoyed the day there. After that we sort of went down the mountain a little bit and stopped in one of the little villages and had lunch, which was really nice. Wanted a gyros, but that wasn't to be, so we had a few different bits between us. Vegetable pie and some other stuff.
Well, after lunch we got back in the car. It was a little bit overcast and a little bit wet, so we couldn't really walk around the town too much. And then in the evening we got back, probably about 5 o'clock, and had a few beers on our friend's boat.
You do the twiddly stuff. Good job.
That's got to be the smallest Jeannot we've seen. I'm trying to see what size it is, but I can't. Sea Fast it's called. 17 foot, I think. Wow. So we did get off the boat eventually. We thought we'd get on the ferry and go over to the other side to Poros, the actual island. We went for a walk, had a beer, had some lunch, and just had a nice time really. But the clouds are forever there, as you can see. Rather grey, rather dark looking. Yet the sun came out for a little while and it warmed up, so it was nice. So we're heading back to Kejstral now, going to have some tea and just chill out on the boat. So we're just leaving Poros, taking up the anchor. Beautiful morning. I'll show you a little bit of the town as we come past. Yacht cutting up the car ferry. I bet the car ferry was chuffed with that. And these are the little sea taxis that we took out the other day. They were really good. €1 per person to get from one side to the other. Whereas the car ferry is a lot cheaper. It's actually 70 cents, and that's return per person, so we found out last night. So it's quite narrow through here. As you can see, there are lots of yachts, but there is a narrow channel where it is a bit deeper on the port side and a lot shallower on the starboard side. If you're on the harbour, I think there is a fee. We have no idea how much that is. I mean, we chose to anchor off anyway. So you've got yachts tied stern to all the way around the quayside. And I think this part must be a little bit cheaper than what was round the front. Up at this end you've got all the charter yachts. They look a little bit ropey, I have to say, when we passed them. But there were people actually taking them out. Yesterday it was really windy, in the morning especially, and the day before was just terrible. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the backlight off, because somebody's put night mode on.
Oh, how did they do that?
Well, she was fiddling because she does things like that.
Ooh.
She likes to fiddle.
Well, what I was trying to do is we're going through a narrow passage and I wanted to see quite how narrow it was, and because we hadn't kind of put the boat on the centre of the screen, we couldn't see the boat on the screen, so I pressed a button, and at the same time Kevin pressed a button too, and we accidentally put it on, pressed backlight and put it onto night mode, so now we can't see anything. It's all a bit dark. Yay, we have light. We can see the screen. Well done, thank you.
No, well done, book.
Always have the manual.